doing it. I'm actually doing it. Which is quite truly, this is not a joke, something that I said the first time I made love. I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it. Okay, and with that, we are feeling open, we are feeling spicy, and we are ready to give some questionable advice to your questions that you all sent in on Instagram. I love doing these. I feel like I used to do these all the time. Now I feel like we gotta just sprinkle it in, because the truth of the matter is, well, who am I to be giving you advice? You know what I mean? Exactly. But I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to do one of these videos, and so many of you seemed very excited to ask me questions, knowing quite well that the advice might be poor. So let's dive right in. Somebody asked, how do I get into a morning routine? I used to be such a good morning person. I mean, I'm still like a morning person, but I feel like ever since the lockdown, like the last 2 years, I have significantly declined in terms of morning routine-ness. But I would say, like, you just gotta like force yourself. Like, just set that alarm, have that coffee ready to go. Like, I pre-make my coffee every night, or like preset my percolator every night, and I set the alarm when I wanna like get things going, and I just do it. Like, you just have to get up. Don't hit that snooze button. Just like get up and get going. You're gonna think it sucks, but like literally, there's nothing kind of better than accomplishing like a ton of stuff before 10 a.m. Let's set the bar there. I wanted to say 9 a.m., but I was like, Lisa, start slow. Some people need an extra couple of hours. Set your alarm an hour earlier than you usually do. Get up, have your coffee, take a beat, think about what you gotta do for the day, and then do some form of exercise, even if it's going for a walk. That's my advice. I feel like that was actually pretty good. Finding a freaking job with my new degree is so frustrating. I can only imagine. First of all, congratulations on your new degree. I'm curious to know what it is in, but you are ahead of the game with having a degree, and I think that is freaking awesome. I'm very proud. I mean, LinkedIn, asking around, asking the place you got the degree from for help, becoming a YouTuber? No, don't do that. Help. Oh God, I guess just like keep chugging along. I did mention in a recent video that I've been following this chick on Instagram who has a great website blog all about job finding, and she offers a bunch of like online classes. I'll leave her information below again. It's called the First 100K. Her First 100K. Something along those lines, and I actually think she's like the expert, and if you really are interested, check out her stuff. She has a lot of good tips and tricks. Good luck to ya. How can I get a better sleep routine? Mine is horrible. You are asking the wrong person. I haven't slept through the night in, I can't remember. I don't know why I looked here, but can you tell I haven't slept in a while? It's tough times all around, and so I feel like sleep in general is probably hard. I've noticed like when I talk to friends and family members about this, everyone seems to not be able to get a good night's sleep. So I do know, like, in theory, I'm going to tell you something, but I do not practice this preach, is that like, I think you're supposed to like be very ritualistic about your nighttime routine, like try to go to bed at the same time, and before going to bed, like having tea, doing some sort of like calming breathing exercises, listening to calming music or meditation, not looking at your phone, not looking at any sort of a screen, all those things. Do I do it? No. But in theory, it sounds like a great idea. So far, all your questions are things I have no answers to and I'm also suffering from, so we're doing great. Okay, okay, speaking of hairstyles for dirty or greasy hair. My hair is always greasy. I mean, I have to literally wash my hair every third day. So I can maybe go 2 days without washing it, but like by that third day, it is Greasy. I have found a really good dry shampoo. I will leave the link below. It's a Kevin Murphy dry shampoo that smells like orangecles and it's delightful. So I do think that that is helpful. I also like when I shower, I wear a shower cap, but I will like wet the front and then blow dry that. That seems to like kind of help in between. Otherwise, I am telling you, you gotta just pop some braids in. A bunch of you guys were asking me if I would show you how to braid my hair, how to braid your hair the way I braided my hair when I did like the two little braids, and then I went for more of a pigtail because I felt like that at least gave me a little bit of volume, because if I go braids all the way down, I kind of really look like I have greasy flat hair. So I can do a tutorial if y'all want. It's really just like, I'm doing it now on camera. I'm not good at it. It's just your basic braid, French braid, where you just start small and then you keep adding little chunks like that. See? Did I explain that? I'm literally like every annoying video on Instagram that shows you how to do a hair thing and it happens so fast and you're like, yeah, that didn't help me at all, and now I'm just jealous that you have a good hairstyle. But those would be my suggestions. Or invest in hats. Love a hat or a bandana. Love a bandana for a dirty hair moment. How do you know when that person is the one? This question is so interesting because I remember wondering this all the time. And they always say when you know, you know. And like, I knew. So I do actually think when you know, you know. But here's the tricky thing. Go with me on this and let me know if you agree with this. I think a lot of times we want the one to appear, and so we like force someone to be the one in our brains, but deep down we know they're not, but we're like, oh, well, I think that means they're the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I making any sense? Like, I feel like your brain can really trick yourself into thinking something, and so you ignore the red flags, or you ignore that like feeling in your stomach that you just like, that instinct. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I had those moments prior to meeting Jeff where I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. This could be the one. Like, I was never like 100% like yes. And then with Jeff, it just clicked. I mean, it just made sense. Now, I'm not saying like everything was smooth sailing and it was perfect. Like, it's still a relationship and we still, you know, had to go through learning curves, and, you know, we're still growing together as a couple, and you will always continue to grow and learn and do this, you know. But there was that thing. There was that thing that I can't explain that really happened where I was like, oh yeah, duh. Like, I can't be without this person. And not in like a needy, like, way, in like a very practical, like, oh yeah, that's my person. There is literally no question about that. Like, even in the toughest of times, it's like, yeah, that's absolutely my person. So I guess what I'm saying is it really is like an instinctual thing, but you have to fight your brain and urge to like force it to be so, and just trust that it will come. I mean, I haven't even had a cocktail and I feel like I'm talking circles around myself, but I think that might make sense. If it did, then you and I are on the same page. If it didn't, then you're probably thinking I'm insane right now, but there you have it. Painting my new house. Do I do the painting myself? Do I hire someone? Do I do vinyl wallpaper? Love this question so much. If it's the outside, I think painting the outside of a house sounds like something you should definitely hire someone for unless you have done it before. I think because of like, first of all, it just sounds like a daunting task and such a big space to cover. But also I think with like weather stuff, you probably should get a professional, and it's gonna be expensive, but I think it's one of those things that you only have to do once in a while. So definitely worth an investment. Indoors, I mean, if you have the patience to do it yourself, I find it kind of fun, but it's definitely like way more time consuming than you think it's going to be. So if you have the patience and you're willing to like learn how to do it, just watch a bunch of YouTube videos. And the thing that takes the most time is using painter's tape to like set up everything before you start the paint. But there is something like kind of nice about doing it yourself, and you could save a ton of money. You just have to balance out whether or not like are you gonna mess it up and then you're gonna be really frustrated and then you're gonna have to end up spending more money to hire someone? Or are you gonna like hate yourself that you didn't just hire someone because you get frustrated and then you stop halfway through? You know what I mean? You gotta like balance your emotions versus your pocketbook. And vinyl wallpaper for sure. I'm really loving the one in my kitchen. Dude, that thing gets splashed with water all the time. I'll leave a link to her stuff below. I've been eyeing her website and kind of thinking about doing some in my bathroom. Get Kooky is her name, and her stuff is so good. And I've been watching some of like her Instagrams. When you take it off, it really doesn't do any damage. It's pretty amazing. So I would definitely suggest a vinyl peel and stick. And painting your own house if you have it in you. Not the outside though, not the outside. Oh, a lot of you are asking on wedding advice, and I think tomorrow I'm gonna be doing a video about some more wedding stuff, so hit that notification bell, that'll come tomorrow, so I'm not gonna address that quite yet. Someone asked how to make a new friend as an adult, and honestly, like, I find that to be so difficult. That is a question that a lot of people have and that I don't really know the answer for because I don't really know how to do it. I will say, like, God, how do you find new friends? Don't look for them on Craigslist. I think it has to happen like through an activity. So like if you join a gym and you take classes there, you can start to like see the same people all the time. So that might be a place where you can find somebody of like, you know, similar interests. Or if you live in a community like building type place, like get to know your neighbors. I did that here and I have a lot of good friends that live amongst me and in my neighborhood. Yeah, I would say like really like taking a class of any sort. I don't know what your particular interests are, but doing any sort of class that involves an activity that you enjoy on a regular basis, then you will meet like-minded people who have similar hobbies and interests as you, and that's probably the best way. But I don't know, honestly, like being social is so hard, and I feel really lucky that I have friends that have been around for like ever and ever and ever. But the newer friends that I have met have been through like jobs or the gym or my local living quarters. There's so many of these and I really am thinking I want to do more of these. So if you want me to do more of these, absolutely let me know in the comments below, and you can also leave questions below. Should I do another one this week or like maybe next week? Because there's some really great ones and I don't want people to think I'm passing over theirs. Investing money, best and worst ways to manage money. Again, you're all hitting on the shit I don't know and I need help with. Again, I really should contact this chick because I'm just chatting about her left and right and I really should meet her, but I like that her first 100K person, she does a whole like class on money management as well that I was actually thinking about taking, and investing. I know nothing about investing, and I'm trying to learn. You could definitely like hire a money manager to help you with that, but that costs money. Everything costs money, and it's such a difficult time with money right now. So I think it's best to like start small, keep a budget. I'm really working on that. You could build a budget, or she actually has like a budget template on her website that I think you can purchase, but she sells everything. All of her templates on that website are pretty reasonable. So budgeting is definitely important, and I've been really bad about that. Like in theory, in my head, I know like how much I spend on everything, but to actually like have it in front of you on a monthly basis is super important. It stresses me out, like the thought of sitting down and doing it, but after you do it, you're like, oh, okay. I take a breath. I have sort of an assessment of what I got going on. Knowledge is power, even though sometimes it's easier to just like not look. Not looking ultimately gets you in more stress and more trouble in the long run. So it's better to just like be a little bit more aware on a daily basis of what's going on in your bank. And so I would definitely suggest that, like keeping closer tabs on everything. And then in terms of investing, I am not the person to ask. I have no concept of that. That is something that you should talk to someone that you trust who is good with their money on, and they can kind of guide you as to where to begin with that. And other than that, giving yourself a little bit of kindness, because the times are so tough right now. We were just looking at prices for hotels somewhere, and they were like, I mean, astronomical. We were both like jaws dropped at like just how much things have gone up, even in like the past like couple of months, obviously gas and things like that. So give yourself a moment. I had to do this today. I swear I had to do this today. Like, give yourself a moment to be like, okay, this is tough all around. I'm doing my best. I'm gonna be mindful about my purchases for the moment. I'm gonna keep track of it, and I am going to commit to learning a little bit more about investing, etc. I don't know if that's helpful, but at least that's like my mantra for the moment. So I will reach out to that chick and see if I can get more information about her class, maybe provide some sort of a promo discount for you guys if you're interested. Definitely let me know in the comments below. I don't want to push her unless you guys are, but maybe there's even an opportunity for us all to do like a class together. That would actually be really cool. So if anyone's interested in that sort of thing, definitely let me know, because money is so stressful. I totally get it. I totally stand with you on that. I totally feel it, and we can do this together. So if you all want to empower each other to be a little bit more resourceful and a little bit smarter and learn, it's never too late to learn something new. So I would be definitely interested in that. And truth be told, I've had this conversation with my girlfriends, so we were all thinking about doing it ourselves, because a lot of us, we don't really know what we're doing. And I think it's time to stop like putting our head in the sand and kind of like figure out, you know, what is a 401k? How do I invest? All stuff I always thought was boring, but like, not boring now. Not when I want to take that vacation and that hotel is so damn expensive. Gotta figure that out. And let's do one more. Just one more to follow up that financial stress one. Also my wedding stuff, so stay tuned for that. Does my future mother-in-law need to get along with my sister? No. That would be nice though, wouldn't it? But like, y'all, now we're back to stress again. I was trying to go for something light, but the answer is no. My opinion is no. And you know what? It's probably gonna, hopefully they will, but you gotta take that stress off your plate. I've learned about that too. It's like, you can't make everyone love each other, and all you could do is be the best version of you and love those people, and they can decide how they feel about each other, but it is not your job to puppet master that. And if you try, it's going to stress you out significantly. Trust me, from somebody who wants to be the glue and make everyone happy. You gotta let it go. Okay, how did we do today with this? I felt like I dropped some truths, but I also felt like I ended up asking more questions. But that's why I love you guys. You guys keep me thinking, keep me growing, keep me questioning, and hopefully I do the same for you guys. So yay us, we're the best. Yes, 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 even though we are so stressed. We got this, we're a team. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support and your love. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a wedding planning themed story time. I'll make that happen somehow. Stay tuned. Love you. Bye.